It's Nathaniel. I just wanted to say that you're a very amazing grandma, and I just want to thank you for always coming to my baseball games and always being there to support me in my soccer games, just any games. And I'm glad to say that I'm a 12-year-old with a 100-year-old grandma, because not a lot of people have grandmas that are 100 years old. And I just really want to thank God for giving me an amazing, beautiful grandma. I love you, Grandma.
Happy birthday to my beautiful grandma, Anita. So I just wanted to tell you guys, thinking about grandma, all the memories that we have with her are wonderful, but the ones that really stand out for me are some of her birthdays. I got to spend some of them with her in Mexico. One was in Cabo San Lucas. My dad had gone to a timeshare that day and got some vouchers at a fancy restaurant, and we got to celebrate with her. They had made this great cake and presented it on a mirror. It was beautiful. That was one of them. Another was not so perfect, and that was in Mexico. We were in a little bus accident that day, and it was pretty interesting, but we were all okay. And after getting in the accident, we were all shook up, but we got in some taxi cabs and made it to our destination. Yeah, another birthday was in Mexico with grandma in Puerto Vallarta, and at this restaurant, when it's your birthday, they throw your head back, pour a shot of tequila down your throat, and with a sombrero on your head, and they did that to our grandma. Yep, they did, and it was pretty funny. But she, I think she liked it. Okay, I think she liked it. So, Grandma, you are always a pleasure to be around. We love you. So grateful to have you for all of these years in my life. And thank you for all the beautiful memories. And let's see. So this last birthday of mine, Grandma sent me a video, and she said that she wished she was with me so she could spank me. So Grandma, I am with you right now for your birthday, and it's your turn. Okay? All right. Love you.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline. I'm Grandmanita's great-granddaughter. I have a lot of memories with Grandmanita, but one that stands out to me the most would be when I was around 6 years old maybe, and I didn't really know how to sing or talk in Spanish or really I wasn't really familiar with my Mexican side or culture or anything like that. But when I'd go to Grandmanita's house, she would always pull out this little pamphlet and she'd pull me aside and pull out this little pamphlet. It had a rooster on it, and that's how I remember it by. And it read the words De Colores, and this song actually is really beautiful. It's about the colors. Anyways, she taught me this song, and when we would sing it, I would kind of mispronunciate the words. And when I did, she wasn't rude about it or anything. She would actually laugh with me because I'm like, Grandma, I don't know how to do this. Grandma, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, Grandma, I don't know how to sing in Spanish. And she's like, Mija, look, it's not aquí, it's akiri. And I just remember that because I really did mess up a lot. But not only did this have an impact on my life, it also made me join mariachi a couple years later. And joining mariachi really made me interested and love the Mexican music more. And I found how beautiful music was. And it still is to this day. And I'm really thankful that Grandmanita impacted my life with that, because without that, I don't think I'd be where I am right now today. Because I'd probably be like listening to rap music or something. Anyways, just want to say I love you, Grandmanita. Happy 100th birthday.
Hey Grandma, it's Rayanne. I just wanted to say happy birthday, And to think about my favorite memory with you, it is so hard to narrow down just one. But a lot of my childhood memories include you in your house in Woodlake, and you always having the best fresh made salsa ever, and still do to this day. Again, happy birthday. I love you. I am so thankful and grateful and blessed to have somebody like you in my life to look up to. All of the sacrifices you made and the life that you've led has truly made each and every one of us better, and we owe it all to you. So, love you. Happy birthday.
Okay, so another story about Mexico was on vacation, and my dad got us a place in, where was it? Querétaro? Oh man, I can't remember, but it looked like a castle. And I don't think it was a real castle, but this hotel looked like a castle. And we get there and we say, oh, wow, this is a cool place. But yeah, then we realized it had no elevator. So all of us had to lug our stuff up these stairs. And, I'm pretty sure my dad carried Grandma's stuff up, but she probably was helping. So we get all the way up to our room. My dad and Sheila go in their room. We go in our room, and then Grandma. I said, Grandma, you did really good going up all those stairs. You look like you have all kinds of energy, like you can, even do some push-ups right now. And Grandma, she's so funny. She gets down on the ground, and just to show us that she has the energy and the strength, probably, Grandma starts to try and do push-ups on the ground. It was so funny. I called my dad's room and I said, Dad, you've got to get over here and see this. Your mom is trying to do push-ups on the floor right now. So that's just a funny story I thought I'd share.
Happy 100th birthday. Love, Jeffrey.
Hi Grandma, happy 100th birthday. I just wanted to say I've always had great memories with you. Driving around in your big black Caprice Classic through Woodlake, driving over to the packing house, running errands with you, hanging out with you at your house, making Play-Doh, singing songs, driving to Lucille's to go do pottery, and you're just so awesome, and I really cherish those memories, and I love you so much, and I wish you a happy birthday. Bye!
My great-grandma is not afraid of mountain lions.
Hi everyone, I'm Sonia Soleno. I'm the daughter of Rudy Uki Pai Soleno and Rosanda Soleno. I am the granddaughter of Anita. And I remember some time ago, Grandma had consoled me when I had broken up with a boyfriend, and she had said something like, why are my granddaughters always so sad? And I would like to kind of flip that around and say that, we aren't necessarily as sad as we are strong. And we have that role model in Grandma to endure through trauma, through depression, through sadness, through all those tough times. And we have that excellent role model. We have that excellent example of what it is to be a Soleno woman. Thank you so much, Grandma, for your wisdom, for your courage, and I know that I can do anything because I've seen you handle so many tough situations. I love you, Grandma. Happy birthday.
Hi, Grandma. I just want to say happy 100th birthday, and you are truly the fountain of youth, because the older you get, the younger you look. I think my fondest memory of you is probably when you would dress up as a witch for Halloween, and you would hide in the closet, and you would scare us all four of us when we would walk in through the door. And I just want to say happy birthday, and that I love you so much, and I hope you have so many more to come. Thank you, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma. Happy 100th birthday, Grandma. Not only you're my grandma, you're my godmother. My fond memory is your $1 million cakes that you would make me every birthday. My birthday was a week ahead of yours, and your countless memories. And I'm gonna pass it to my dad right here.
Hello, abuelita. Feliz cumpleaños. The fondest memory that I have of you is when you used to come home from the packing house and you would cook food right away and feed us. And I can never forget those great tasting burritos that you used to make us. And I will always remember that as long as I think of you.
Hi Grandma, it's me, it's Robbie. I just want to wish you a happy 100th birthday and tell you how blessed I am to have you as my grandma, and tell you I love you very much, and a lot of good memories with you. Probably a good memory that comforts my soul is on Sundays after church when my dad would tell me, my brother over here, just get ready, just go get ready to go cut Grandma's yard. And so we'd go over there, go cut the grass, because Grandma always liked her yard clean. So we'd go over there, bust it out, and then we always knew that we'd always have a good meal waiting for us after we were done. The frijoles with the ham hocks, chorizo beans, or the papas and eggs, and the tortillas, and our grandma's famous chile, and
homemade tortillas.
Yeah, so that always felt good to do that for you, and taking me and my brother to Lou J Ceramics, doing the ceramics, and just memories of you with my parents dropping us off over there, watching Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Lawrence Welk, just all those things like that. But yeah, happy birthday, and we love you.
Happy 100th birthday, Grandmanita. You're such an amazing role model and a wonderful inspiration, and I'm very blessed to have you in my life. Thank you for everything you've.
Hi, I'm Angela. I am Grandma's granddaughter and Louie's daughter. And one of the reasons that I love Grandma so much is because she gives the best Eskimo kisses. And I did not know they were called Eskimo kisses probably until a couple of years ago. I thought my whole life that Grandma and I had made up this thing where we rub our noses together. And we still do that, and I feel so loved and so special when I see her, because obviously I'm older now, and to feel that kind of connection and to feel special like that, I don't know, I don't think you ever outgrow wanting to feel that way. And I love that Grandma has the ability to make me feel that way. I also love Grandma because she's an amazing storyteller. I hope that someday I can tell stories the way she does. I don't know that I have the memory for it. Her memory is so sharp, and she remembers the details, and she knows how to weave a story so that you're really interested in it and that you want to hear what happens next. So I love her for her fun stories. You've all probably heard the story of Wire Flowers. That's one of my favorites. And also, Grandma loves to sing, and she's always singing. She's always humming. But when I was a kid, she would sing us these fun songs that she learned when she was a little girl herself. And I have a fun memory of her singing this song about the presidents, which is, it's a non-PC song, and that's the way things were back then. I guess things are still non-PC in the privacy of people's own homes, but not so much, I don't know. But I remember her singing us these songs and just making us laugh, and hi. And also I love Grandma because she is a great cook. I can go to her house anytime and there's gonna be food, and if there's not food ready, she would make food for us. So she's just a very nurturing, loving woman. And I also love Grandma because she's such a hard worker. She worked well past the point that she needed to work. And I think that that's a great example to set. Being a hard worker and also raising children, great example to set. And I feel very proud that she's my grandmother. So happy birthday, Grandma. I love you. And I hope you have the best birthday. And I just want to keep sharing more with you. So happy birthday. I love you.
Hey Nana, happy 100th birthday. I just want to say that you were such a big part of my childhood, and I have so many fond memories of you. The memories that stick out the most are those that revolve around food. As the matriarch of the family, you nourished us with that food. And I really think back on the food that we ate, and it was really just simple comfort food. Things like beans, rice, tortillas, papas, and your homemade salsa. I don't think there was ever a time growing up where I left your house with an empty stomach, and can honestly say that you always made sure that the grandchildren were well fed. And I like to think that was especially true for myself. One specific moment that really comes to mind is when my sister Sonia and I spent the night at your house. That evening we went to the grocery store, and I remember Sonia and I begging you to each get us a quart of ice cream. And I think in the end you reluctantly agreed, but that was only on the condition that we ate all the ice cream before the next day when my parents were gonna arrive and pick us up. So I remember how excited we both were, and we didn't think that it would really be much of a challenge for either of us to finish. So needless to say, we had a lot of irrational confidence, and in the end, I don't think we were even close to finishing that ice cream. And really all we had to show for it was a couple of upset stomachs. So I think back on these moments and really all the time we spent with you, and I'm just have so much gratitude for everything that you did, and just a lot of appreciation for all the love that you showed us. And I think more than anything, I really felt that love through the cooking that you did and making sure that I was always well fed. So I think the best way we can honor that and honor your love is just to make sure that we carry that forward with the next Soleno generation. So with that being said, again, I want to wish you a happy birthday, Nana, and I love you so much.
So my favorite memory about Grandma's is that she always had musicals for me to watch when I came over. Like Shirley Temple movies, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Sound of Music movies. She even gave me My Fair Lady when I was a kid. And that exposed me to all of the musicals and the arts, and it's a huge reason why I still love them today. So thank you so much, Grandma.
One of my favorite memories of Grandma, when I was younger, my dad would drop me off for a few weeks in the summertime, and one year I was very into reptiles. I really wanted a gecko. So my Aunt Mary, hi Mary, brings home a gecko, and I decided to put it into a terrarium. And as soon as I did, the gecko runs up the side and out and escapes. Well, Grandma did not like this at all. I will spare the details, but it was either her or the gecko, and it wasn't her. So anyway, I still find that very funny to this day. And happy birthday, Grandma.
Do you remember that time I got sick? I was real sick. I was about 3 years old, and I was sitting in the high chair, and I was sick. I was sitting like this, and you wanted me to eat, and you said, Margaret, and you had just made some beans. And you said, Margaret, do you want some beans? And I said, no, Grandma, I don't want it. And I did, because I didn't like beans at that time. And then you said, just one bean. Do you remember that? Do you remember?
More or less, something that I would say.
And then I said, okay, and you brought me a little bowl, and it had the bean soup, and then just one little bean in there.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And then, do you remember we used to hold hands we would go to bed and we'd shut all the lights out, and I would get scared and I'd hold your hand, and I would say, Grandma, will you marry me? And do you remember that? And then I'd say yeah, and you'd say yes, and then we'd go dun 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 dun, and we'd walk to bed, and we'd walk to the bed at night in the dark.
Yeah.
And I was scared because it was dark. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember right there you would cook, and there was a window, and I would stand on the couch. I think little Danny and I would stand on the couch and look through the window, and you'd be there cooking right there with the stove. Do you remember that? Yeah, and I'd look in there and go, watch you cooking.
And now you're doing the cooking.
I know, I'm so good at it. I learn from the best.